Have a look at response rate. So respondents, if I think about who they are the people that I go out and ask a whole bunch of people, could you give me information about yourself? Could you answer some questions? The people who say yes and give me data, they are our respondents. So when we talk about a response rate, we are looking at, from all the people that I asked, how many responded. So if I asked 10 people, did all 10 respond? Did only one or two respond? And that will determine my response rate. So the response rate is my number of respondents divided by the sample size. Okay, now the key idea here is that those people who respond might think differently to those that didn't respond. So 100 people were asked to fill in my survey and 50 filled it in. Calculate the response rate. So 50 divided by 100 and multiply that by 100 percent will give us 50%. So 50% of the people who were asked completed the survey for me. So what does a response rate of 30% mean? So this means that 30% of the people who were asked to do my survey responded. So I have information or data about 30% of the people I asked. Okay. Now, is it better to have a high or a low response rate? Well, the more information I have, the more accurate, the better my decision process is. So it's always better to have a higher response rate. So a higher response rate is better, as this gives me more information and therefore more confidence that I know more about a greater percentage of the people I'm interested in. Okay, so for example, if I only had a response rate of 10%, that means I've got information about 10% of people that I want to know about. So I've got no information whatsoever about the other 90% that I haven't got information from. So if I have a low response rate, what does this say about the accuracy and quality of my data? So a low response rate means that I have only a small amount of, that I only have data from a small percentage of those who I'm interested in. So e.g., a response rate of 5% means that there is 95% of people I'm interested in whom I know nothing about. So the higher the response rate, the greater the accuracy and quality of my data, And I can't spell accuracy. Okay, so now let's have a look at this graph here. What does this graph say about the response rate for different data collection methods? So this was a survey done in 2015, okay, and there's the source there. So this tells us when people are rung on the telephone, 9 to 10% of people generally will respond and answer their questions. If we do it direct mail, so that's putting a letter in our mailbox, about 3.7% of people will respond. If we ring people on their mobile, only about 0.2% respond. A paid search, so you offer to pay someone to a paid search, you only get 0.1%. Social media, ask on Facebook or Twitter, only about 0.1% of people respond. Email, again, 0.1. Internet, so those surveys that pop up on your screen, say, would you like to fill in? Only about 0.02% of people actually respond to those. Okay, so what does the graph say about this? The highest response rate is from calling on the telephone. However, this is still low at around 10%. Any forms that use the internet are the lowest at around 0.1%.